Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today, as I promised, we're doing a tier list on the zombie heroes. Now, overall, I like the zombie side a little bit better. I think the ability of them having last say really gives them a push up, but they have their weaknesses obviously. They put down the minions, they can always get removed by Captain Combustible or Solar Flare, you know. Yeah, because Solar has like loads of removal cards as well, or if you're fighting against the Guardian, they have the stupid broken Shamrocket. Well, anyway, so yeah, this is a zombie tier list. Yeah, I have a weird hero in A tier. I don't think anyone will agree with Electric Boogaloo being an A, to be honest. Yeah, nah, no one's gonna think that, honestly. Yeah. No, literally me when everyone finds out that Electric Boogaloo is in A tier and better than Professor Brainstorm.
Stop! He's already dead!
Anyway, let's get into this tier list. So, I don't actually think any zombie is really bad to the point that they're in the bottom tier. However, I do think there are 3 zombies that are in C tier. Now, the thing with these 3 zombies is they all have something really good with them. But then the other thing just lowers them down so much that they're almost unplayable for me. Especially the Smash. Now, I'm still debating this. Is Smash or Brain Freeze the worst? Because lately I feel like I've been better with Brain Freeze, really. I don't know, because the Smash and Brain Freeze are both rubbish. Let's get into Brain Freeze first. So, what I think makes Brain Freeze good is a little bit of a pirate deck I have for him. I call it Beastly Pirates. Basically, it's putting down pirates, Headstone Carver, Loudmouths, and basically just making really high stat pirates. And then obviously you've got Flame Face and Swashbuckler, giving strike through and more stats to those pirates. It's alright. But what makes Brain Freeze so bad is that he quite literally has the worst group of superpowers in this entire game. So he has Dolphinado, which is unreliable and sometimes doesn't get rid of the plant you want. So in essence, it kind of sometimes loses you the game, which is sad. Acid Rain is meh. I guess if they have loads of like strong minions with 1 health on, then it's pretty good. Or if they just have loads of minions on in general, weaken them all on the floor. But it doesn't do the ones on heights, which is where it kind of is bad, I'd say. Galvanize is the only good ability he has. And then Frozen Tundra. The worst ability in this entire game. Freeze all plants on the ground. But Raptor Boy is freezing all the guys on the ground. You know, if you freeze them, then you guys won't get hurt, or you won't get hurt. It only does the ground. That's where it really is bad. It don't even draw you a card. This needs to do the whole board and draw you a card for it to even begin to be good. Even then, it won't be that good. Because freezing's not the best way of stopping minions. All it does is stop them from attacking, which can sometimes be good. But, you know, they can always unfreeze. So, yeah. And even if a plant like gave a bonus attack, which I don't know why you would, it would unfreeze them. Which can sometimes win you the game. I mean, it has won me the game before, where some guy just froze one of my the fire pea shooter, and then I just did a quick bonus attack on it with Time to Shine with Captain Combustible, and it died. Yeah, it was actually quite funny. He thought he won the game. Yeah. Frozen Tundra is god-awful. His group of superpowers make him really bad, although, as I said, Galvanize is the only one that makes him actually just a little bit good. Yeah. He does have a really good class, Sneaky, but the other one is Beastly, which is meh. Overall, just a bad hero, really. I think he's a little bit better. Actually, I actually think the Smash is the worst one. I used to think it was Brain Freeze, but now that I think about it, I have a way better pirate deck. I mean, the Smash doesn't have one, but I have a way better deck with Brain Freeze. Yeah, guys, I've decided that the Smash is the worst hero. Okay then, the Smash. The thing with Smash is he has good superpowers. Like, heroic health is fine, because sometimes we need a game. It just won me a game like 5 minutes ago before I recorded this. Possessed is okay. Galvanize is great. And then slamming Smackdown is just so good. Now I think about it, which one's better, Smash or Brain Freeze? I can't make my mind up. Another reason why I think Smash is good is probably because he's good for starting players. Although, he doesn't really have that much. Yeah, he does have sports and ways of getting rid of the enemy. But even I don't think that deck is good. For me, he just kind of falls short. Like, he's not great at all. The other thing that makes Smash good is his superpowers, which is the complete polar opposite of Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze, the reason it's good is because he has pirates and imps. The reason Smash is bad is because he doesn't have a good pair of classes. So in essence, his sports isn't as good as, say, Spalt or Zmek. But the Smash's superpowers are great. So if anything, Brain Freeze and the Smash are like opposites of each other. Really weird to think about, actually. Yeah, they're both bad anyway. Freaking Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Right then, Immorticia. Now, a lot of people are going to hate me for putting Immorticia this low, probably. I'm looking at you if I'm up. Because I know you put her quite high up in A tier. But for me, she's, I don't know. I mean, I don't think she's the worst. I think she's pretty meh. I'll go over her superpowers first. So, she has summoning, which is really nice. Sometimes can give you something really bad, like Cardboard Zombie. Or, if you're really, really lucky, you can get, like, Cuckoo and do 4 damage. Or you can get other things, Tennis Star, some legendaries. Pretty good. It's not a bad superpower. It's unreliable sometimes, but it's good. And then there's Evaporate, the worst zombie power. I hate this. It's way better with Boogaloo. And I'll get to that later, actually. She has Acid Rain. Pretty okay. Can save you guys that you really need on the field. But, yeah, apart from that, not really great. And then there's a super, which is Familiar. I think this is the most overrated thing in this entire game. I don't know how it's good. You're only drawing, like, sorry about that, guys. You only draw one card because when are you ever gonna be able to kill one plant with this and then that bat doesn't die? This, honestly, I don't know. This should draw a card every time it does damage to a plant or the hero. Because for me, it just doesn't do enough. Like, normally you're only getting one card from this, and that's meh. But there's something called Telepathy, which does this job way better, even though it doesn't put a guy down. It gives you 2 cards, which is not even Eureka is better than this. And that's a pretty bad superpower. Yeah, it's not great. It's actually pretty bad. Which is a shame, really. Because they could have made this really good. Like, this, to be honest, this feels like this should be called the Suicide Bat. Because this is literally, you just put this in front of a big enemy and draw a card. Then it's okay, because you're blocking that big enemy. But if it's Bananasaurus Rex, then, oh boy. So, I don't think her superpowers are great. So, yeah. But she does have something quite good. She has ways to buff up science, guys. Now, with Super Brains and who's the other brainy hero? Oh, let me think here. Rustbolt. Rustbolt's okay with science, but at least Immorticia has like Yeti lunchboxes and vitamin C to buff up her science guys. The thing with science zombies is they really don't do enough damage, and when you're relying on gadget scientists to be the finisher, you want your scientist to be super buff, so you're doing all that extra damage. Which is why, honestly, Professor Brainstorm is the best science hero, but I'll get to that later. At least Immorticia has that. You know, she can buff up her science guys, she can get rid of enemies. She's not bad with science. She really isn't. That's really it. I guess these are loudmouth for science. That's really it. I can't really think of anything else. I mean, actually, I've just remembered to actually talk about this. But the reason she's in C tier for me is because when I've looked at people with all the cards play, she's actually God tier. Well, maybe not God tier, but basically what I'm trying to say is she's probably better for the late game. I don't think she's a good budget hero. Except for maybe budget science with loudmouth and ways to buff up your science guys. She's alright. But everything else, nah, not good for budget players. And I do think another certain hero is not good for budget players. Professor. I'll get to him later, although he's a little bit higher because he does have one advantage. Let's go to B tier now. First we have Super Brains. Super Brains for me is actually pretty okay. I mean, he has bonus attacks with pirates, so that's a bonus. But the problem with him is his two classes do not synergize. When you look at the Brainy class, the Brainy class is really good for last day, because obviously they've got teleport. But the thing with teleport and sneaky is that most sneaky zombies are gravestones. So, teleporting in gravestones isn't the best thing to do, actually. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's just not as good as teleporting in, like, other zombies that do high damage in other classes, like the crazy class. I mean, I don't have teleport, so I won't know, but I know what teleport does and how to use it. Well, there's daily challenges, isn't there, so I know how to use it. And I can use it really good, because there was once a daily challenge with Immorticia with teleport and Vampire, and it was God tier. So, yeah. But with Super Brains, it's not good. So, what do I think are the strengths of Super Brain? Well, he actually has a really nice group of superpowers. Let's go through it. So we've got Carried Away, which is actually really good. Especially if you've got a tough guy down, you just move this somewhere else, does a bonus attack, you're doing a lot of damage. Telepathy is probably the best zombie power, secondary power. It is, it just, yeah. Cut down to size, it's probably the worst one he has, but it's still okay. And then Super Stench is S tier. So, he really doesn't sound like a bad hero. I like, a little budget deck I've got for him is called Graves. It's the same with Neptune, I'll get to that in a minute. But essentially, you've got Graveyard, the environment, and you just put this down, you put down your headstone carvers, and just put all your big zombies there that are gravestones. I mean, they don't have to be gravestones if you've got Graveyard. And then you it buffs up their damage from the environment, and then if you have Headstone Carver down, it's going to buff them. And if you've got zombies that have a higher advantage in environments like Moonwalker, then it's going to be pretty strong. I run Rocket Science just to get rid of things that I don't know why I ran this. I ran it because I ran it. yeah, great. Yeah, great explanation, Raptor. I do have pirates in this deck, because pirates are pirates. I have Pogos, Surprise, Gargantras. It's kind of like a pirate deck, but with more graves, I guess. Sort of. I don't really know. But it is all around pretty decent deck that I have for Super Brains. I'm currently working on a Bad Moon Rising one. Yeah. Because I managed to get 4 copies of Bad Moon Rising from the weekly event, so I'm excited to finish that. But Super Brains for me, pretty nice. I like him. Right, Rustbolt. Rustbolt is honestly, in my opinion, the coolest looking zombie hero. I mean, he literally... his origin story is literally some random zombie walking past some, vending machine. He fuses with it. It's perfect. He has the best origin story out of all of these heroes. It's amazing. I mean, I do like Zmek, where he's just a little imp running from everyone, and he just comes out in Zmek and just wrecks them all. I'll get to Zmek later and why he's one of the best heroes. But let's actually get to the classes and all that stuff that Rustbolt possesses. So, his superpowers are really bad, but not bad. Shrink Ray is decent. You're shrinking a plant's strength, so it might protect you guys, or it might protect you, and you draw a card, so it's nice. Heroic Health is alright, it can save you sometimes. I mean, it definitely saved me. Cut down to size, meh, and then Rockwell's the worst power he has. I guess you can put this on, I don't know, something that you really need to protect at all costs. That's really it. So his superpowers are pretty bad. What else? What else about this guy? I like his sports deck that I have for him. I think he's pretty meh sports. I mean, he does have Brain Vendor. So if you've got loads of Brain Vendors on Team Mascot, you just put all those down, and hopefully they don't have an answer to it. And then you're just buffing up loads of zombies and getting loads of good stats on the field. Pretty nice. I do like that. Apart from that, his science is okay, although it's not as good as Immorticia or Brainstorm, because he's not the best at upgrading his science guys to be really strong. I mean, he does have Monster Mash and going viral, so not bad either. But what he lacks in, for me, is aggro. I don't think he's a good aggro hero. He is really good at getting high stats. This is from Team Mascot. But I've had games where I've had, arm wrestlers that have been, 10-10. And it's just really good. Sports is really a really good deck for me. I really like sports. I think it might be a little bit overpowered. Not the best. But he's fine. I mean, he's got quite a bit of removal. He's got Weed Spray and Rolling Stone. And then on the Brainy class, you have cards like Rocket Science. That's pretty much it. So, all around, decent hero. Not the best, obviously. But yeah. Professor Brainstorm. This one's going to be hard for me because now, in Primeup's tier list, he is the best zombie hero. But I disagree heavily. Because of one little thing with Brainstorm that seem to hate. I don't know what a good budget Brainstorm deck is, and that's really bad for me because I'm a budget player-ish. I mean, I do have cards like Conman, so yeah. I really don't know what a good budget deck for Brainstorm is, and it's probably because he's not a good budget player. If we're talking budget, like best budget hero, I don't know who would be the best budget hero, but for me, I think Brainstorm would easily be probably one of the worst heroes. Maybe Immorticia's worse, I don't know. But I just really struggle to find a good budget deck with this guy. I will point out that he actually has a really good combo. He's got Paparazzi. He's got Sugary Treat. I really like that combo. You're making really big stats. And especially if you use other tricks like Beam Me Up, bonus attacks, then you're going to get a really heavy guy. But the problem with Paparazzi is if you put this down on turn 1, which is probably a bad move, it's just going to get removed on any turn. Because there's something called stupid Shamrocket. So, yeah, Shamrocket just ruins this game. It really does. He's definitely the best science hero. Because he's got Sugary Tree and he's got Zombot Drone Engineer. He does have Moonwalker and Gadget, so not the worst science hero. I actually really... Can someone put in the comments, like, have a link to a really, really good budget Professor Brainstorm deck, please? Because I'm really struggling. Same with Captain Combustible, really. I should really mention that in the plants one, but well, I've already done that video. Too late now. Because I'm really struggling with Professor Brainstorm. I really don't know what a good budget deck is for him. It's sad, really, because he is the first hero I got from a premium pack. And I remember watching Frymupp's tier list before and going, well, he seems cool. And then when I get him, I'm not really excited because I think I just got the best hero, but nah, he just didn't cut it for me, which is sad. Really, I really want a good Professor Brainstorm deck. I mean, I'm currently working on Bad Moon Rising one of Frymupp's old videos, and seeing if that's any good. So I'm just working on that. Yeah, I'm mainly just kind of working on getting regifting on because it's an event card. I'll probably have to wait until Christmas for that. Or I could just save up and craft it. I'm probably going to do that. Because I'm not patient. Right then. Neptune. Neptune is really good. I like Neptune. I have a Graves deck with her. And I think this one's easily better because of a certain card called Sumo. So if you've got like Stealthy Imp down, that's going to do a lot of damage. They put something in front of it to protect it. Sumo's coming in and just like, yeah, you're going to do 6 damage. Just move this guy over here. Right then. Good. Wait, did I talk about Professor Brainstorm's superpowers? No, I didn't. We're going to Professor Brainstorm again, guys. I need to talk about his powers. So, Eureka is trash. Summoning is good. Telepathy is really good. And Dance Off is only good in one deck. Okay. There you go. You got his superpowers. You're welcome. Right, back to Neptune. And now to her superpowers. Now, she only really has one good superpower, and that's Octopult. This is such a good turn 1 move. It's a 3/2. It's pretty good. You can put it in Amphibious lane, so if they don't have any removal, then it's going to be pretty hard unless they have an Amphibious minion. Anyway, Possessed is okay with me. I'm okay with Possessed. Encrypt is pretty nice. You can reactivate Pogo Zombie or any other zombie that you want to the ability to happen again, like Sumo, really. Dolphinado is trash. I really don't like Dolphinado. So her superpowers are pretty nice. Pirates are pretty nice with her too. Like, you've got Pogo bouncing them. if you get your pirates down, you've got Monster Mash to buff them, Surprise Gog, Rolling Stone. She really isn't a bad hero. I do think she's pretty good. Sports with her isn't the best, although apparently Pogo is a sports zombie, so, you know, if you've got Team Mascot down, you're going to bounce a plant and then you're going to get credited because that Pogo is going to get buffed and buffed and buffed. So, guess it's not bad, really. I do think she's pretty good. I'd say Neptune is like a B+, because I really do think she's a good hero. Yeah, so that's going to be it for Neptune. We're going to move on to A tier now. Zmek. Zmek is amazing. Zmek, back then, or to what I've heard, apparently used to be the worst zombie hero in the game. Because Missile Madness apparently used to be different, like it did 2 damage in random lanes, which still doesn't seem bad. I don't know. I mean, it does fit the name a little bit better. Because it's not really Missile Madness, because he's only sending 1 missile. And, yeah. Anyway, speaking about Missile Madness, let's get to his superpower. So, Missile Madness does 3 damage to a plant and 1 damage to other plants. Really S tier ability. Like, it's why you can't use some deck with Nightcap. Is it Cycle Cap? I think it is. I think that's the name of it. Yeah, you just can't run that against Missile Madness. It's just too good. Rockwall is the worst superpower he has. And then the other 2 superpowers are really good, like Brute Strength and Electro Bolt. Electro Bolt is S tier. Zmek also, now that I think about it, he has 2 ways of doing 3 damage. Same as Boogaloo. Which is probably why they're both in A tier. Brute Strength, good. So, all in all, I think he's a good hero. Sports is good with him. You know, you're buffing your sports guys with Sugar Retreat, Brute Strength, Meteor Z, pretty nice. And then you're using stuff like Camel Crossing to buff their health so they don't die. Put Team Mascot down, you're buffing them more. Zombie Coach to make them invincible. Monster Mash. Coffee Zombie, give him Frenzy or going viral. This guy is amazing. Bungee Plumber for the early game. Rolling Stone as well. This guy has like every removal card except from Rocket Science. This guy is actually so good. Dance is pretty nice with him. Not the best dancing hero. We'll get to the best dancing hero in a minute. He's pretty good for Swarm because Crazy Class is just really good for Swarm, and he's got Flag Zombie, so he can really put so many guys out. He's such a good hero. I honestly don't know, like, how he was in Z tier in 5 months. I really don't know how. And this is from a budget player, so someone who doesn't have all the cards in the game. I just think he's amazing. Good superpowers. Good 2 classes that mix together really well. Well, maybe not the best group of classes, but they still work together so good. So, Zmek, you're in A tier, honestly. Zemekenhausen shall never be destroyed. Right, going to Boogaloo. Oh, Boogaloo. Honestly, Boogaloo. You're so This is the most underrated hero in this entire game. I don't care how many people think he's trash. For me, he is honestly one of the best heroes in this entire game. Okay, superpowers. His group of superpowers are... Okay, so he's got Staying Alive, which is an S tier power. You do 3 damage to a plant. You heal yourself for free. Good deal, that. Electro Bolt, again, amazing. Evaporate's actually really good with Boogaloo, because he's got so many ways of doing damage, like Conga, even Bungee Plumber, or even backup dancers, really. Speak of that, Dance Off. Well, when I said backup dancers, I mean Dance Off. Dance Off is really good for Boogaloo, because I really do think he's the best dancing hero. So, yeah. Really good. Now, dancing decks. with this guy. It's honestly because of synchronized swimmer. You build up with low cost dancing zombies, like Disco Naut, so you're doing bullseye damage first to start off. Then you've got cards like Unlife, buffing every time you put down a zombie. Sugar Retreat to buff your guys, and then when you've got some big guys, put Synchronized Swimmer down to copy them, and then getting that extra damage. And then at the end, when they think they've all got it under control, you know, they've put plants in front of it, they'll see a little bit of a nice hat coming their way to smack them in the face, and then that's game. I really do think Boogaloo is amazing. Aggro. Probably the best aggro, to be honest. Well, not the best. I don't know. I just think he's amazing with aggro. I mean, for me, Beastly and Crazy are the best aggro because they've got so many ways of buffing their guys. So maybe he is the best aggro. Pretty good for Swarm, actually, because Beastly and Crazy have lots of really good low-cost guys, like this Frady Cat, Cheese Cutter. These are cards I really need to get a hand of. He's got Secret Agent with Synchronized... Oh, wait, they're in the same class. Never mind. Even that Secret Agent with Unlife would be really good. Because, let's say you put down an Unlife and pray that it doesn't get answered. And then the next turn you just bounce it. And then on turn 3 you just put down a 4-4. One cost 4-4 Unlife. And then just put down things like Conman, Cheese Cutter, Disco Naut. That Unlife's going to be stacked. Oh, wait a minute. It gets answered by Shamrocket. Yeah, that card is so broken. But let's say they don't have Shamrocket. Exactly. Yeah. Pretty good with Overshoot as well. I should have talked about that with the other crazy heroes. Oh, well. Because, yeah. I think he's pretty good Overshoot. Because Disco Naut and Disco Dance Floor, pretty good. They're a really good duo. Because of Disco Dance Floor actually having no attack, it actually does 3 bullseye damage with Disco Naut on the field. Totally not broken. Yeah. I really do think Boogaloo is a very good hero. Yeah. Very good hero. And finally, the best zombie hero in this entire game, in my opinion, is Infinity. Infinity is freaking amazing. Where do I even start with Infinity? So, he has really good superpowers. Triple Threat is S tier. Super Stench is S tier. Brute Strength is A tier. Encrypt is B tier. Very good group of superpowers. His 2 classes go together really well, like butter on toast. So he has Sneaky and Crazy. So I really do think the best class for him... The best deck for him is his pirate deck, because he's got Conman and he's got Swashbuckler. And then he's got Grave Robber and Captain Flameface. That squad is amazing. It's not even fair. Infinity also has decent imp deck. Pretty good. Because he's got aggro imps like... what's the guy with the bomb called? Exploding Imp. Yeah, it's not the best card, but it works. He's got Sugar Retreat with the imps as well, so he's buffing those imps. So honestly, he feels like he's just amazing. He's amazing in just every category in this game. Even his dancing deck is pretty good. You know, because I mean this dance deck is kind of crazy only, but you could add some sneaky stuff and it would make it really good. Like maybe Pogo or something. This guy is honestly so good. And even like starting basic deck, I mean, his basic deck isn't amazing, but it still is pretty nice. And then even when like, when I first made a deck for this guy, when I had barely any cards, I put in, like, Tennis Champ, Mini Ninjas and stuff, and the only pirates I had then was Swashbuckler and Monkey Pirate, and even then it really was a very good deck. I mean, it wasn't amazing, but it actually worked really well. And then now I've got more pirates have made it even more better. Such a good hero, honestly. Pirates are so good, and with Infinity, pirates are amazing. All in all, just in my opinion, the best hero in this game. He's better than Captain Combustible. I mean, it doesn't mean that Captain Combustible can't beat Infinity. But I honestly do think Infinity is the best hero in this game. Yeah. There, I said it. You all adult zombies are getting outclassed by a kid here. That is pretty sad. Yeah. Such a good hero. In every category. Good for swarming. Pirate Swarm. Pretty nice. He's too good. So, yeah. That's my tier list on the zombie heroes, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you've looked at this and gone, okay, I should aim for getting these heroes. Because you should. Anyway, that's going to be all from me today. Put in the comments what ideas of tier lists you want me to do, like, I don't know. I thought of an idea of doing maybe all the uncommon cards, because I don't really want to do all the class cards because I don't have everything, but with uncommons, I have like 90% of them right now, and I can easily get the others if you really want me to. And I'll do a tier list on all of the uncommons. I would actually really want to do that. Put in the comments below if you really like that idea. But yeah, that's going to be it from me today. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.